health and happiness. And of course, by managing the qi and energy well for the year, that you are able to have more prosperity, more wellness, and happiness in your life. So that is the purpose. So the information I am going to share with you today is about the year 2022. It's just information for your reference. And now remember this, when I talk about the positive energy and the challenging energy of the year, especially when I talk about the challenging energy in the year, so don't get scared, don't get afraid, right? So this is just the energy. So there's always a way to help to calm down the energy, to balance the energy, and to change the energy into something beautiful and healing. And we can always do that, especially as a Qigong practitioner. You know, Qi can help us to fine-tune the body, and Qi can also bring us prosperity, good luck, good fortune, and of course, good health. Of course, and spiritual development too. So now, we are going to start. So this is what I'm going to talk about today. So now, I will talk about first of all the energy of last year in our reading. What I said last year, so this year, and actually I said last year in December, I did the energy reading for the year 2021. We're still in 2021, and see what had been got through true. And so now you know how the energy patterns in the world is flowing, based on what I'm going to share with you with this strategy. So by knowing this is strategy, knowing the patterns of the energy flow of the year, and you can help to manage your energy better. Then I'm going to use United States as an example to help you to identify, to analyze the energy in your homeland, in your country. And so you can use the same philosophy and same information to match that specific location of your home country, so that you know in what part of the country the energy is a good, positive energy. You want to work with it more intensively, and what part of the country the energy is a little bit challenging, and you need to find the right time and the right people and the right approach to do business or to have a connection with that, right? And then I'm going to talk about the energy in your home, the relationship, who you should pay more attention to the house and with the energy flow, so that you can help to balance the challenging energy in time, and also can help to stimulate, to strengthen the energy in a specific part of the house, your home, your apartment, and so that throughout the entire year, so you are going to have a very good positive energy flow for your relationship, for your business, for your education, for your creativity, and for your energy. Sounds good? All right. Well, now, when I do this energy reading, the philosophy and the methods I use is the traditional and authentic Chinese way to identify, to analyze the energy of the year, the tools I use is the I Ching reading, and of course my meditation, the combination, because I Ching reading can give me the overall view of the energy of the year, and then something in detail, I need to do meditation to coordinate with the information I have from the I Ching reading so that I can give you more specific information in a specific area, which we need to pay attention to. And all this is possible, and you can learn it. And in Spring Forest Qigong system, we teach people the meditation, the techniques, how to use to help yourself to fine-tune the body. And there's, of course, many other things and you can learn so that you can master this qi flow in your system, in your house, and in your community, and even in the world better. Okay, last year, we talked about the virus. So we, when I went over the video I did last year for the energy of 2021, I said, so by February, the virus, the COVID-19, start going down and being able to under control better. And so by March and early spring, and we got a great window to keep that coronavirus under a better control. And that's exactly what was happening this year in March, in April. So significantly, the number of infected people dropped. And so you can go back to the record to see that, right? And the stock market, lots of people worry about the stock market in last year. And I said, well, the stock market will do very well. A little bit here and there, there's a little bit up and down, but overall, it's getting better and better, especially up to July. And that is exactly what has been happening. Now, so we talk about in the border countries of Russia, especially in the east side, connecting to the European countries, you see. And I said that in that part of the countries, there could be wars. And now you see there's a lot of intensive energy in the borderline of Russia, between Russia and the neighborhood countries. So that is happening now. So then we talk about the flood in China, in other countries, that had happened, all right? And then so we talk about the virus, the riot in Minnesota and Wisconsin, so that's exactly what had happened. So, and many other things. Here I just pick a few of these things we did to analyze the energy of the year 2021 and what had been happening. So of course, we did a lot of meditation, guided meditations through Spring Forest Qigong community, through our teachers, our practice group leaders. We've been leading our community to do meditation, to send love and kindness and with our compassion to the world. That significantly helped to calm down the energy. So please continue to do that and hold unconditional love in your heart. It's always works. That's the most powerful tool and energy to help to balance the energy in any place you go to. Okay, now coming to this year. Now this year, the energy map changed than last year. Now, so here, I want you to pay attention to, I use the traditional on a Chinese feng shui map to identify the energy flow in each corner of the world, the country, and the house, your apartment. So now you need to remember this, okay? So this is the south, and this is the north, and this is east, and this is the west. North, south, east, west. So now remember that. And now in this year, this is a very interesting year. Now, first of all, I want to point it out, the significance of this year. The red one represents challenging energy. The green one represents positive energy. So that means in the world, right in the middle, across the equator, about like a 15 degree south and north, about this zone, the energy this year is a little bit challenging. Not a little bit challenging, it could be very challenging. And then here is the north part of the, this is the south, like in Australia, South Africa, and South America, and so this is the energy zone. Part of the energy, like a southwest, this corner, this year the energy is not doing that well. And then in the north, you see, this part is great, like in Canada and part of the north of America, United States, I mean, and Mongolia, Russia, part of the north part of China, and then European countries. So this area, I mean, the energy zone, this year is doing very, very well. And I hope I could find a better map of the world, but this is so far is the best I can find. So when we do the I Ching reading, do the feng shui reading, and do the energy reading of the year, we have China as the base. It is in the middle, so this part, this map should move over to this side. So China is right around this area. Why China then? Because this technology, I Ching, feng shui, were originated from China. So at that time, thousands of years ago, our ancestors, when they did the calculation of the energy flow, and by looking at the stars, the movements of the sun, the moon, and also, of course, the earth, they stood on this land to observe the energy flow, the energy pattern. So that's why each year we start from the country of China, right? So now, just now I show you the map. Let me go back a little bit. See, now go back here. And this is the north, this is the equator. It's around this area, right? The equator. So about 15 degree. So this zone, and now the energy across the whole world, the energy is in challenge this year. And then I will tell you specifically one by one. And then the energy from this part up is doing very, very well. So this is the north. And the south, and here, southwest, is part of South Africa, this part, the energy is in a big challenge this year. And part of, and also got this part, like India, right? And here, this part and this part, they are doing very well. So now, if you are going to do some readjustments of the feng shui items in your house, you start from February the 4th. That is the lunar calendar springtime begins. So you start from that day. Later on, when I said put a metal vase in the middle of the house and put some plants in a certain corner of the house. So you start doing that on that day. You don't need to do it now, because now is still the year of 2021, right? And something is very special about this year, because this year is a transitioning year between an old cycle of energy and a new cycle of energy. Every 20 years, the energy of the world has a big shift. Now we're coming to the end of this 20th year, and then the next year is the beginning of a new cycle of 20 years. So you understand what I am going to talk about. In between the old cycle and the new cycle, the energy is always in a process of transformation. When the energy from the old pattern merge into a new pattern, there's always some challenges. So this year, the challenge of the energy movement could be a little bit more intense than what it is last year. I mean, 2022 could be a little bit more intense than the year of 2021. Yeah. Whoa, it looks like what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. So I already talked about the countries and lands in the north. That part, the energy is very positive, though we still have a good challenges. And the countries across the middle of the equator, and we really need to pay attention when we travel, when we do business in that part of the country. And the countries in South America, Australia, so that part, south and southeast, this year the energy is doing very well. So when you travel, when you do business in that part of the country, you got very good positive energy to support you. And so it's a good investment in that part of the world too. Then the country in south of Africa, so that part you need to be careful. And the energy, now back to so like right across in the middle of the equator, and like 15 degrees above and down, so you can look at the map and figure out what countries included. Okay, and because I don't have enough time to go into very great detail to explain what is happening, and now I give you the philosophy, give you the information of the energy pattern of the year, so you can use what I share with you to do an examination and see what kind of things you need to do. So like around the equator, in the southern part of South Africa, and it could be like an earthquake, and flood, and volcano, and wars and riots. So all these things could happen because remember, this year the energy is a little bit more intense than, the year 2022 is a little bit more intense than the year of 2021. And above this line, since the energy is doing well, and I'll try to stay with the north and southeast as much as you can when you do business, when you travel. Okay. Since this is the dawn of a new cycle, it is the end of the old cycle, and every 20 years now, so we need to do a lot of meditation. Fine-tune your body. That is very important, something you can do right away, every day, starting from today on. And small universe meditation, and balance your yin and yang in the body in time, so that your body's energy can match the flow of the energy in the atmosphere, in the universe better, so that you are not left behind. And the bigger spiritual opening and development and huge opportunities in new technology, because this year the energy of water and fire is very strong. Anytime when the transition of a cycle is happening, naturally the spiritual opening becomes bigger. And there's a new development and huge opportunities also are appearing in front of us. You just need to pay attention to. Be more creative, right? And then you also be careful with your health, because the energy is traveling so fast. For a lot of people, it's very difficult for them to catch up with the changes. So they left their body, the energy, everything behind to match the energy, to catch up with the energy flow of the land, of in the atmosphere, in the universe. So be careful with your health and do more Qigong. As you are part of the Spring Forest Qigong family, and maybe today is your first time to come to Spring Forest Qigong, so welcome. Make time to practice those simple movements every day. If you don't have any physical challenges, health challenges, just do it half an hour a day, or even 10 minutes a day. Get into the silence, get into the quietness, get into the peacefulness, so that you will allow your body a moment to help to balance the yin and yang, to allow your spirit, your soul, and your qi field to match with that of the universe, so that you and the universe will be in harmony. Investment, travel, and before May, and you need to be also very careful too, because this is the year of transition. And according to the reading, the first 5 months, especially the first 3 months, the energy is still very, very challenging. So if you want to do a bigger investment, for instance, like invest in the stock market, or do some other financial investment, except land, the realtor, you need to be very careful. All right? And so after May, things are getting much better, especially at the end of the year. Up to May, the energy day by day, week by week, you can see significantly difference, and it's more stable. And though still there's some up and down, but see, up to August, starting from September, and late August and September, the energy really starts getting stable and better, like for investment, for financial development, and for any other activities, traveling. Okay, so virus affecting human is under better control this year, especially up to May. So that's good news. But virus in farm animals will be a very serious challenge. So very possibly the energy from the human is going into the animals. And now, so you need to eat less meat and treat animals kindly. And the world needs a lot of love and peace energy to help balance the anger, the greed and avarice, hatred, which has a lot to do with the flood, earthquake, volcano, storms, and of course, illnesses in our body. You see, last week, in the United States here, and just overnight, there's 50 hurricanes just wiped out on how many states? 6 states, 9 states? Wow, and this is unusual, right? And so also in Minnesota, when Thursday evening, raining, lightning, thundering. So this is unusual weather. You might say, oh, this is because of a global warming situation. So, well, that's not only that. It's because of the emotions, the intensive emotions from people, from all the beings living on the planet. And because of the anger, because of frustration, especially greed and avarice, the hatred. Lots of people have been holding that in their system, and so intensively. When these emotions happen, now emotions belong to fire. The fire will stimulate the water, and the water the flows up in the air. There's a lot of unexpected energy of different kinds will happen, that creating damages in our life. So we really want to focus on the heart. That's why we need to have a bigger heart opening, so that we can really activate unconditional love from our heart to help to, first of all, to balance our own emotions, like anger, frustration, and greediness, and avarice. And by doing so, and you can help the world with more peace. You can help the world with more transformation. And I think that's very, very important. Quite many years ago, when I guided the meditation to help to calm down the hurricanes in the Mexico Sea, and the hurricanes in New York, you know what? When I did that guided meditation, in my meditation, I saw a lot of angry spirits, thousands and millions of them flying around the tornado. And you might see, well, this is a little bit too much for me. I tell you, everybody has a spirit. And the spirit helps to direct the qi flow in the body. And the qi and the energy and the physical body merge together as one to listen to the spirit. When we do healing on others, when we determine whether this person is still, there's a hope to save this person's life, we look at the spirit. If the spirit doesn't want to come back to the body, then the body is dead. So, okay. Now, to prepare yourself well for the new cycle of energy spin for the next 20 years, now, from 2023 to 2043. You might say, oh, wow, so I'm already 99, so I don't know whether I'm going to have another 20 years or not. Even 1 year, right? 1 month, and then you are right into a fabulous year next year. And what you do if you practice Qigong and you do good deeds, do a lot of great things for the world, and that energy, you correct it, can pass down to your next generation, to your children, to your grandchildren, to your great-grandchildren, and many generations down. So now, what do I mean? Saying prepare yourself well for the new cycle of energy spin. Physically, you need to prepare yourself by doing Qigong, by balance your yin and yang in this fast movement of qi flow, energy flow in this coming year and in time, so that you're going to have a fit, happy, healthy body to go along with the energy flow of the year 2022. And then the other thing is, mentally, you can prepare yourself. We know this year, I mean this coming year, 2022, we're going to have some challenges. But no worry, be happy. And at the year 2023, and so we're going to have a fabulous year. Now, by the end, especially by August, you are going to see that huge changes is going to happen. So maybe the first few months, you still need to prepare yourself. There's something not going that well in the world, but things will go well. So hold the hope in your heart. And then from business perspective, make up a very good plan. And so what you're going to do. So we are going to talk about that in just a few minutes. And a new business model using technology for business development, communication, and spiritual development. This will be a huge, huge leap forward. So no matter what you are doing, and pay attention to learn some new technology and use that. For instance, like in the Spring Forest Qigong, we use the Zoom and the teleseminar to do all these workshops. You see, it is just so convenient. People all over the world can see, can benefit from what we are sharing with the world. You see, so open your mind to accept that. And some people say, oh, no, I don't want to touch the Wi-Fi. I don't want to use computer, do anything. Yeah, that's solely your choice, based on what you need. But here I'm talking about from the overall situation. Pay attention to this, right? So using technology to develop your business, communication, and spirituality. And then be creative. Because in the next 20 years, the energy of modern technology is going to develop tremendously faster. And it's even faster than you can imagine at this moment. So in order to catch up with that movement, you need to be more creative with your business, thoughts, spirituality, development. So hold unconditional love in your heart and no fear. With anything happening in the world, stay calm. Because this year, the signature of this year is the fire is very strong, and the water is also very strong too. And the water and the fire, if they are the right amount, in a good balance, then things will be in harmony, right? The water is, the fire gently steams the water and boil the water to make tea for you, right? But if there's over too much water or over too much fire, that creates huge challenge. And our mind, our emotion belongs to the fire. If you allow your emotion to control you, then that will mess up a lot of things in your life. Because the energy of the year is like that. So don't forget to breathe. Take long, gentle, deep breath when you have a moment. And no matter it's with your dogs or with your children or with your business or with the world, no fears, no anger. Try to calm down. If you catch that you are having a moment, and put a smile on your face and balance it as soon as possible. Then you don't have the energy to be cut up in your system, causing disease and discomfort in your system. Okay? So let's do Qigong and keep your Qi in a good balance. So in a fast changing world. Now, 2021, and this is the theme of the spiritual growth, and actually in this year, the coming year, and then the next 20 years, this is still the theme, the Great Awakening, and people are seeking truth and spirituality. What is the truth? You see this, like at the medias, internets, YouTubes, when you watch those information, you could be very, very confused, right? And you could be very, very afraid too, and you don't know what to do. But people are seeking for the truth and for a great awakening. And this will come down gradually throughout the year. As people will know what is the best for them. And of course, you will know what is the best for you. There's a lot of opportunities over there. And which opportunity fits you the best? Ask yourself that question in your Qigong practice. And then you will be guided by the Qi, by your masters, to find the right answer for you. And there's explosive and rapid developments in technology and in multi-dimensions. And that is also true too. So at least you need to know what is happening in the world with the modern technology so that you can master your life better. Okay, not necessarily you will become a master of this technology. Maybe in one field, and that's great, right? But you know it, then you can cope with it. Okay, so this is still the theme though you know there's a lot of chaos going on in the world among the countries, and people still fighting a lot, and especially the leaders of the world and of the countries, they have a competition, and then gradually they also need to have a cooperation and the interdependency. And we know that. And the trade war and many other things happening in the world. And people found out. And the world is not the same as what it was, 50 years ago, and it's not like a black and white, see? So we need cooperation and interdependency. Okay, the challenge of the world, this is especially in the first 5 months of 2022, coordinations among world leaders. This is very, very important. If our leaders were controlled by greed, by avarice, by anger, by hatred, that is not good. A war can happen anytime. And the energy is very intense. But if they can communicate well and they can coordinate the energy better, then peace will come. And when the year 2023 comes. Can that happen? I mean, peace, can peace happen? Yes, absolutely. Through sending more love to the universe, through sending more healing to the land, and we can help to calm down the energy. So our Spring Forest Qigong leaders, and in each time when you do your guided meditation with a group, please help people, guide people together to activate the unconditional love from the heart, to balance the energy within the physical body and the community and the world. And that will help tremendously to balance this energy. All right, now energy. Now we talk about the energy in the U.S. In the United States. Now, I already mentioned about this at the very beginning. I use USA as an example, and this is the energy map of the world, and this is the energy map of your community, of your country, and this is the energy map of your home too. Remember, our body is the miniature of the universe, and the country is also a miniature of the globe, the world. So, and each unit has the information of the entire universe, and they relate, they connect with each other. So this is the energy pattern, and I want you to remember this. Okay, so when you do, now first of all, travel. So these are the areas in the United States you can travel safely in this year, in this coming year. Florida, Texas, right? This is the Maine. It's like about that area. A few states. Minnesota. Hey, finally Minnesota. Minnesota, Wisconsin, and here Seattle, and so these are the areas, the business-wise and travel. It's a good place to go and it's safe. But the states across the middle, like the New York here in the middle, a little bit Tennessee, that area, and California, it's South California. These areas need to be careful when you travel. This could be natural disasters, and especially in the east over here, riots, shooting, the energy, and especially in the middle part, the central part of the state, and really need to keep an eye on that. And the energy, then a challenging energy, is very intense. And then so here, California, and also, it's also intense, the energy, like a shooting and the riots, this kind of energy is mingling across the middle and the southwest. And the virus could be, from the health perspective, the virus could be developed very strongly starting from the middle, and then the southwest, and then we'll go to the east and to the west. So I need to send a lot of love energy to help to balance that. So I've been doing meditation to send energy to those areas every day. So I will encourage you to do that too, right? Blessing them with the green light, blessing them, with the transformation, with the love, and then with a golden light to put on the top, and that will help to transform that energy better. Now, energy in your home. These are the things you need to pay attention to. So in your home, east, the middle of your house, and the west of your house or your apartment, the place you live in, and then the southwest. So these 4 parts of the house, apartment, for this year, the qi doesn't flow that well. So we need to try to avoid staying in those areas as much as we can. And relationship, this year is going to do much better. So you need to enhance that relationship. How to enhance the relationship, I will tell you in just a couple minutes. And then the southeast side, this is very good for new business development, for writing, for creativity. So if you do a program writing, if you do a new business development, or you have a new program, so you go to stay in the southeast side to think, to write. The north is the money, your business. So strengthen the energy in the north, and you can sit facing south. Sit facing south or sit facing north, and this is a very good direction to face. And the northeast side has a very good energy for prosperity for this year. It's a very good energy. Now what you need to do, just in a minute I will tell you. And the northwest, this is the farther side, and the energy in this corner is very good for stock markets, investment, that kind of energy. So this is basically what the energy looks like in your house. Now, we're going to go a little bit detail. And this year, the energy for your oldest daughter is very good. Oldest daughter is very good. And the middle daughters is very good. And the youngest son, the energy is in his favor. And the middle sons, this energy also in his favor. And the fathers and grandpa, and the energy is doing very well. The energy of the oldest son of the family, now this year is a little bit challenge. Anger, frustration, confusion, and easy to lose temper, and don't know what to do in the future, and lots of confusion. And that's the energy for the oldest son. Now, how can we balance that? I will tell you just in a minute. No hurry. Okay. In the middle, of course, this is this year the middle part is a very, very important part for health, for the overall balance of the body. If you can balance the middle of the house, you don't need to worry any of these corners anymore. You don't need to worry about the negative energy in the east, in the west, in the southwest anymore. Balance the middle is the key, and the energy button. And for prosperity, these are all good. You don't need to do anything to every corner, but just by strengthening the energy in the north side of your house, you are able to activate all or strengthening all the positive energy in your house. In the northwest, northeast, south, and southeast. So when I point out, here is the oldest son, here is the west is the youngest daughter, and then the mother and the grandma. So this year, the energy in the mother and grandma is still in a big challenge, especially the health. But no worry, right? So we have a way to balance the energy, and I will share with you just in a minute. Okay, support health. So we're talking about healing. How to support your health better? Well, since we have the east side, the oldest son, the southwest, that's the mother and grandma, and the youngest daughter, and also in these three corners, three parts of the house, the energy is not in favor of these family members. Now, how can we balance that? If I have one place to hit that energy button, so what is it? That is in the middle. In the middle of the house. What you do, you get a metal vase with a white color, or anything metal, like a metal statue. You can have a metal statue, Chunyi Lin, or a metal statue of like a Buddha and Jesus, or a metal bowl, as a decoration. Right? So, and put in the middle of the house. That's the best. Otherwise, you can do a white crystal ball. White crystal ball. The size of the crystal ball needs a little bit a size, like at least like 5 inches, a good size to put in the middle of the house somewhere, right? If you say, well, in the middle of the house, I don't know where to put it. Basement, the main floor, upstairs. Well, the best is in the main floor, and if that's possible, you can put it in any of those corners in the middle. Of course, that's the best, right? But if it's around these areas, and that is better. If there's any reason you cannot do that, and now you can put it in the southwest the mother's corner. Okay, put it in any part of this corner with a metal vase, a metal statue. The white color is the best. So by doing so, you balance all the energy for your oldest son, for your youngest daughter, and for your mother and grandma, and for the grounding energy of the house. Especially, you suppress the energy which will create illnesses in the body or in everyone in the house. Okay, no matter for the oldest son or mother, youngest daughter, and for any other members in the family. So this is the key for this year. So please remember. Now, for the harmony of the home, you want harmony, right? So now use a purple crystal ball to put in the south side. So since you already have this balance, in the middle, generally speaking, you don't need to do too much. So in the south, but if you really have a challenge with your relationship in the family, so now you need to do something extra. And the purple crystal ball, like 3 to 5 inches, and that's that kind of a size of like a crystal ball, and that will do. Now in the south represents fire. Fire is red, right? But this year, generally speaking, other times of the year, I have people to put red carpet in the south. But this year, because of the energy is so different, you don't put red color in the south side of your apartment, house, or living space, or business, like your business office, right? Don't put red color over here. If you do, you have a red color in this pot, now try to cover it by the time February the 4th. So that's the date you start taking action. And right now it's still 2021. So you are still good. But from that day on, remove any red color from over here, from the south. Now that's very important for your relationship. Okay, for prosperity. For prosperity, strengthen the north side. And north side is the water side. Now you use a kind of metal, use a metal vase or any metal statue representing prosperity, or like flowers, metal flowers, and something. When you look at it, you feel happy, right? And any color, but not red. You can do white. You can do like a blue color or yellow color, in any color, so that's fine. But just don't do red color. Okay. Northeast side is also, you put a metal vase. Now, here's something you really need to pay attention to. In the northeast side, for this coming year, 2022, you don't do remodeling. You don't do digging in that side, inside the house and outside of your yard in the northeast side. If you already started this year construction, then that's okay. But if you start digging up to February the 4th, that will hurt your energy for prosperity. And for instance, if you have investment, you're going to lose money. If you want to have a promotion, also you might not get the promotion. that kind of things, and throughout the year. And that energy is very interesting. So, okay, now talking about the front door is also very important in our house too. Now, for the south, you put like a stone and purple crystal ball, but no red color in this area, right? To help to enhance that energy. And if the east side, make sure you don't put water and don't put the blue color there, but you can put red color to the east side. Red color. Something red, a painting, a carpet, or anything like that. That will work. Okay. West, if your front door opens to the west, now you make sure you have some metal stuff to put there to help to balance the energy from outside to come in. And this energy could be invasive. So like a metal vase, something metal, right? So put it there. As a white is better. If your front door opens to the north, now you put a plant, do some green stuff there. And now what kind of a size? So 2-3 feet tall, now that kind of size, and that will be perfect. Okay. By doing so, you help to enhance the energy circulation, especially you invite prosperity to come in. You invite good energy to come in. You always want that, right? So, okay. Yeah. Now, let me see here. Working. Okay, front door. Okay. For new business development, for creativity, especially for children, the children's energy. You want your children smart and calm and happy and healthy, right? So the southeast side this year, you got a very, very good happy corner there this year. The energy is very, very good for the kids this year, especially good. Now, what you do, you put like 4 lucky bamboo with the water, with a vase of water in this corner. You can put it in the main floor, or if they have a bedroom, put it over there. That's great. Or upstairs, or the basement. Generally speaking, the main floor is better, right? So if you say, well, that part of my house is a garage, what I'm going to do? Well, go to your kid's bedroom. So you find in the bedroom, you find the southeast corner to put the lucky bamboo there. Okay, that works. Well, if you say, well, there's no place I can put 4 lucky bamboos in. So what can I do? Well, you can put an artificial one, and otherwise, you can put the purple crystal ball. 4 little ones. 4 little ones. Okay, the size with like a 2 inches, so about that kind of size, or between 1 to 2 inches, about that size. They put a tray and to hold them together and put it in that part of the house, of the room. I think that works very, very well. Now, this year we use a lot of balls because it's a transition. It is a transitioning time between the old cycle and the new cycle of the energy, of the energy spin in the past 20 years and then the 20 years to come. So, and the ball, it will have that energy to help to enhance their transition and transformation. Okay. So where I am here, energy balance and, okay, healing energy, we already talked about that. As a healer, if you want to strengthen your energy to help others, and you want to help the others with their spirituality, you also, in your office, you need to put a metal vase, a metal statue, especially the spiritual statue, like a Buddha, Kuan Yin, and Jesus, and right in the middle. And that is very helpful. And also the other corner is the southwest corner. That also has a lot to do with the spirituality too. So you can do the same in this corner. Okay, wellness and prosperity. And we already talked about that. That's the north. You put the metal and the vase over here, and it's very helpful. And once you strengthen the north side, all these corners for prosperity, the energy will get activated. So you don't need to do the feng shui items all around, so otherwise that will be such a stressful life, you're living inside the house, right? Okay. Okay, protection of wellness. Now, I already talked about that. In the northeast side, please remember very, very firmly in your heart. No construction, no digging, no remodeling. If there is like suppose this is your house, right? Inside the house, okay. Outside the yard, can I do something? No, you don't do that. Maybe 50 yards away from the house, then you can do it. But close to the house, no. Can I plant some trees there? Yeah, so that is okay, right? But no digging the deep, no remodeling. So that will help. That will interferes with the energy, interrupts the energy for prosperity, for wellness of for your business and the family too. And then northwest corner, this is extra income like stocks, investments, you put in, and so you can sit here to meditate and to do your calculation, to do your plan, and for extra income, for stocks and for investment of any kind, because the energy can support you with a clearer thought. Okay, so these are the energy of the year. Now, so by balancing that key energy points in the system, in the house, and you are able to help to strengthen the energy and to invite the negative energy, the challenging energy to transform, and then you have a better energy flow in your entire year, right? So now, cleanse energy. Now, these items I always recommend, and like what we did for the year 2021. So incense. Any place you go to, please pack some incense, or so listen to the 6 words chant, the Heart Sutra, and so bring these items with you and listen while you are flying, especially when you go to those parts of the world which the energy is not in such a good harmony this year, this coming year. So that becomes even more important. Now, something you can wear. The J pendant and Spring Forest Qigong, so a while ago we have that, and a silver bracelet, silver necklace, a gold, and the diamond, the diamond rings, so that these are the items you can wear when you travel, because this can help you to transform the negative energy which might come to you in your trip, in your business, etc. Now, this year, the people who need special protection is mother and grandmother. That's the most important. I mean, the energy is comparing to other the people, like the oldest son, the youngest daughter, especially for health. The mother and grandmother, this year the energy is a little bit more intense with the health. So the protection becomes even more important. And also the pregnant mother, that is another one. That's another one. So how to do that? Well, receive not by putting those items, the feng shui items, I already mentioned earlier, in those corners, the middle and the north of the house. Now, I think the 7 days blessing meditation is very, very beneficial for these people. Of course, for the oldest son, the youngest daughter too, right, for your business. Because this year, the energy is so unpredictable, bumping up and down so rapidly. If you want to have your energy more stabilized, so please participate in the 7 days blessing. And I will highly encourage you to sign up for the individual blessing from the monks and me. So we will do so pay attention to the email we're going to send out to you. All right? If the mother and the oldest son and the youngest daughter, and pregnant, especially the pregnant mother, and for the babies, and I will even highly recommend you to sign up for our weekly meditation, healing, and blessing session, so that our masters and me will help to balance the energy every day, every week for you. If you so do it 2 or 3 times a week, and especially during the pregnancy, I think that is even better. So to get more information, you can contact my office, and our team will help you. We're here to support you. And a lot of people in the past say, oh gosh, so this year nothing happened to me, and everything just so peaceful. I don't feel anything challenge in my life at all, considerably. And so to other people I know, and I always laugh when I hear that comment. That's the purpose, right? You want your life in peace, by managing your qi, the energy flow well throughout the year. You have less challenges, and you have more peace. And when you have less illnesses, you have more peace, and that is already a big saving. You see that? So if you do business, by using the guidance in what direction to go, the energy and how the energy flows in different parts of the world, and you pay attention to those things, you make less mistakes, and you have a more achievement. So the 7 days blessing is January the 2nd to the 9th of this year. So 7 days. And the Tibetan monks and I will going to do special blessings, meditations, morning and evening, and late afternoon to help you. And so it's free for everyone. Everybody can turn in. And this is a great, great opportunity to help you to cleanse the negative energy, transform the karmas from the previous year and years, and maybe in the last circle of life, from 7 different perspectives. And so more detail, you look at the email we sent out, or look at website, springforestqigong.com. Okay, now when you do Qigong practice, now the purpose of doing Qigong is to help you to strengthen your positive energy, right? And to help you to grow your spirituality, to help you to heal any challenges physically in the body and balance your emotion and develop your spirituality. So this year, when you do Qigong practice, you either face south or face north. Now, find where's the south, where's the north, and to face to do your Qigong movement, right? Try to avoid east and west. Try to, because the energy is more challenging in those corners, facing south, facing north. Now here I have 2 recipes, handy recipes for you to help to strengthen your immune system for this year. And so the first piece is 3 slices of ginger, a quarter of lemon, some mint or basil leaves, then a teaspoon of honey, mix them together to make tea, and 3 times a week. So that is one. If you want to have it every day, of course, and that's even better. But 3 times a week, that will help to cleanse that extra acidic heat in your body very well. And then the second recipe is, now then of course you need to do a little bit more. So a quarter cup of barleys, and then so 3 pitted Chinese dates, and soak them for 1 hour, and then so cut 6 slices of ginger, and put 3 glasses of water, and boil them for 5 minutes, and then turn it into low heat for 5-10 minutes after the boils, and then you make tea 2 times, 2 times a week. And so this piece is very good for beauty, not only for your immunity, but also for your skin, for the beauty of your face. So, and that's for you. Okay, now always remember, energy is energy. Energy cannot be created, cannot be destroyed, but energy can be transformed, right? So we can always turn the negative energy into something positive and healing to support you. So the key, the things we use to do that is love, unconditional love. And so call upon your master's energy to support you, especially when you travel, and hold love in your heart, and do good deeds, and forgiveness and kindness. Always hold this in your heart, in your spirit. Any place you go to, you are safe. Now, any place you go to, you put a smile on your face, you are good. Okay, so wishing you a wonderful year to come. In this year 2022, and you and I and Spring Forest Qigong community will work together by opening our heart to bring more joy, happiness, prosperity, and to our family, to our friends, to our community, and to the world. And I thank you so very much for taking your time, listening, joining us today. And I'm looking so forward to seeing you in January the 2nd, our 7 days blessing. Thank you. As always, I love you, and many, many blessings to you. Goodbye for now.